Oh, there you are, YouTube. Doodle 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 doo. Subscribe if you're willing. No pressure. Hey, let's do a random ranking. Let's go to the movie collection behind me, pick out 3 movies at random, and then rank those movies from most favorite to least favorite based on whatever criteria we come up with based on those films. I will rank the films here in the video, and if you would like to participate, please feel free to rank them in the comments below, and then I'll jump into the comments section, and then we will discuss movies. So, let's get to picking some movies. Let's go right here. 1. Now, these films that I pick, I have to have seen them before. Otherwise, I can't rank them. So, if there's one of these that I haven't seen, I'll replace it with one that I have. Oh, something's getting stuck. There we go. Don't want to knock over the Watchmen. All right, have I seen these? Yes, yes, yes. Wow, have not seen that in a long time. Maybe since high school. Okay. This is funny because, okay, I'm going to change things up, I guess. When I first saw the back of this, I was like, Jupiter Ascending. And then it wasn't. It was Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. But then, what do I see? Jupiter Ascending. That is weird. I thought this was Jupiter Ascending because of this image. I don't know, I thought that was maybe a planet or something. And then here, there it is. That's so funny. So, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I watched this in high school, and I think, would you have to read it or something? Why? Or did I just watch this on my own? Maybe I just watched this on my own. I honestly can't remember, but, or maybe I watched it in college, because I took a Gothic class in college. It was like Gothic Arts, and we read Frankenstein. I think I read it in high school too, because I feel like I was like, oh, I've already read this, or I've read parts of it, because I didn't read all my reading assignments in high school. I pretty much looked up the synopsis online, but I did read it in college, and maybe we watched the movie too. I don't think we did, but I have seen this though, but I just can't remember where. How do we feel about Robert De Niro as Frankenstein's monster? We just have the classic look of the squared off head, and we don't have that here. How did you feel about that? Was that off-putting? Was that refreshing? I think to me it was off-putting, but this movie came out when I was very young and had an idea of what Frankenstein's creation look like. Why is this in full screen? Why did I buy a full screen movie? Why? I wonder when I bought this. Must have been, how, there's no stickers. Maybe I inherited this from a friend who was upgrading, because I do not think I would have bought a full screen of this. But anyway, I feel like I like it more that I think, more as I think about it, but at the time I was just like, Robert De Niro? That's weird. And I was like, do I like that look? I don't know. But I think I do now. But it's still that odd that it's Robert De Niro to me for some reason. Anyway, I'm kind of talking in circles. Next we have An Education. I remember liking this. I feel like anytime I rank this, I always tell this story. Peter Sarsgaard here is American, right? And he has a couple ad-libs in this film where he says things that we Americans have as stereotypes that British people say. They don't actually say them, but we like act like they do. And the director like didn't catch it or didn't know. Who's the director? Didn't catch it or didn't know, so like he left it in the film, or the editor did or something. And like when British people saw this, British friends, let me know, they were like, we don't say that. What? So is that true? Like, and I don't even know if this is one of them, but I feel like he said cheers was one of them. Like he was like, cheers, hello, or something. I don't know. Sorry, I can't do an accent. So, is Cheers something you don't actually say? Or am I misremembering? But I remember him saying that he was adding his own lines, and there was a big tell that he wasn't actually British. Sort of like how we say three, but Germans go three. So, yeah. Was there something like that in this movie, if you saw it? Next, we have Jupiter Ascending. I just like that the Wachowskis always shoot for home runs no matter what. They go big, go home, and they don't always work, but I like that odd stuff happens in movies, written for the screen, right? Not adapted, written for the screen stuff. So I am happy this movie exists. I wasn't, it's not like one of my favorites or anything, not blown away by it. I'm just more happy that it exists. I wouldn't say I dislike this one. For, Wachowskis, I am not, like, Speed Racer is like kind of the only one I'm not that into. It has a lot of love though, I've found out from other areas, but I don't know, that one just never worked for me. Maybe it would today. I should rewatch it. I haven't seen it since it came out, so I should give that one a rewatch. But this is like a movie where I'm just glad it exists. I'm happy that it exists. That gives me a thrill. What am I going to do here, though? Like, am I passionate about any of these? Like, honestly, the one I'm most passionate about is probably Jupiter Ascending, just because I'm glad it exists. Because it's odd, it's strange, it's it's odd. It's an odd movie for Hollywood to say, yeah, go ahead. Obviously, Wachowskis probably get, checks easier than other people, but it's just cool that something original was put out there, even though it didn't work. And Newt Scamander, Eddie Redmayne, the way he's acting in this, marvelous, right? It's just so over the top, so I like it for that. Education, I remember liking, but I don't have any passion behind it, so this one's gonna kind of be like genre-based, I guess, ranking preferred genre. Also, like right here, I'm gonna say Jupiter Ascending, just because it's sci-fi. Also, I'm always a fan of people swinging for the fences with science fiction films, especially when they're big. I just like when studios take chances, even though they probably didn't see it as a chance because it was Wachowski, so they're probably, there's a built-in audience and everything. But yeah, I'm glad it exists. How many times am I going to say that? Then Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, just because the history behind it, the science fiction, the horror, all of that behind it. And then I'm going to go Education, just because it's a drama, and I like dramas, but am I wanting to watch this one right now? Not really. I watched one of the other two films. So that's my ranking. How about you? Have you seen these movies? And if so, what do you think about them? And if you've seen all three, how would you rank them? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below. And perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.